Becoming the Beast.
Yo, what's good, people? Jeff Logan here, Becoming the Beast podcast, episode 8. Episode 8. Listen, I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of me. So basically, like, Spotify does that Wrapped thing at the end of each year. So in Australia, we're number 28th for top education podcast. In the United States, we're number 47 in top education podcast. Like, that's huge. Do you understand that? And that's not because of me. Yeah, I'm the voice and I'm the brain and everything behind that. And I'm sitting here with my microphone and my headphones on, just like about to go hard. But you guys are receiving it. You guys are listening to it. You guys are doing the ratings. You're streaming it. Like, you're starting it. We got over, damn near 500,000 starts. Like, this is going hard. The ratings on Apple Podcasts, like, when you share it in your stories, like, everything boosts everything up. And I appreciate that. And I recognize that. And I'm glad that my words are getting received on the level that I want them received at. For me, that's huge. That's like, I got a smile on my face right now, man. I appreciate y'all. And like, I got to go harder with this. But at the same time, I do big pauses in between them so you can go back and say, fuck, where's this dude's podcast? And I'm about to just go re-listen to the other ones. And then you hear something that was in that wasn't in there before when you listen to it, right? It was always there. It's just, you're vibrating higher. So you're seeing something within you that wasn't there before. And that's why they're meant to be listened to over and over and over again. It's just like when you're working out, you're not going to do one rep and expect, greatness. You're not going to do, ladies, you're not going to do one squat and have fucking buns of steel. Dudes, you're not going to do one push-up and expect to have the Superman chest. It doesn't work like that. It's called repetition over and over and over again. It's conditioning over and over and over again. And this right here is mental conditioning, because we're in an age where it's the technology age. You're probably listening to this on your mobile device, in your whip, wherever you're at, okay? But it's probably from a mobile device, because like reading is kind of obsolete. We're in this like instant gratification, phones in your hand, like I need it now type of thing. And this is why I'm glad that my podcast can resonate with you and people can still get things out of it. People are saying, hey man, your podcast changed my life, changed my thinking. I'm happy that it did that, because that's the goal for this. This time that I'm taking right now out of my life, out of my busy morning, to get my ideas out to make someone think a little bit better, a little bit higher, a little bit more concise, a little bit more clear than they did before, is free. Okay, this podcast is sponsored by my companies that I run, okay? Become Nutrition, Logan Performance, No Beast Mode. These are my companies, okay? Nobody's on the outside looking in saying, hey, here's some money for your podcast. No, I'm in the fucking kitchen right now, dude. Like, ladies too. So just real quick to just like glaze over a few subjects that just been on my heart. Again, thank you for listening to this. I really appreciate it. We're going to take this podcast to number 1, with guests and, live podcasts. Like I see huge things for this. Mark my fucking word. I see huge things for this podcast. I see this being live, and I do it in your city, your country, wherever you're listening to this at. Okay. So you're listening to this because you want to level up, because you believe in the potential of your level up, right? You see more for yourself. People that invest in a one-on-one mentorship call with me, they believe in their success. Like, I probably do 6 or 7 a week, and every client like leaves just fired up, and I love it. So in essence, you guys are like my free clients. You're getting free game. Again, this doesn't cost anything. You're not paying me to tell you this information. You got to go into like, why are you even listening to me, right? Why am I qualified to give you information? Why am I qualified for you to listen to my experience? Because I've been in a place, it's not necessarily I've been where you are. I don't like that terminology. I've been in a place where I felt stuck. I've been in a place where I was at point A and I wanted to get to point B. I wanted to get to point C. And I didn't know how to do that. You know what I mean? I didn't know how to manifest. I knew how to, think about certain things. I knew about desires and all that stuff, but I didn't really know the like step by step, or like the, how to open my mind up, and like how simple it is to open my mind up. Yet it's not easy to do it. You know what I mean? It's simple. Like, the thinking of it is simplified, but it's not easy because it takes repetition. So that's why I'm qualified to do this, because I was stuck somewhere and I wanted to be somewhere else, and I got to that place I wanted to be. So yeah, if you feel stuck, it's all right. Anything you're feeling is all right. We have a tendency to hide our emotions, to like, to to not identify with our emotions. Oh, I'm not feeling that. To be tough, to be a savage. If you're going to be tough and you're going to be a savage, be that towards a goal. Don't be that with your attitude. Like, that's some like grade school shit. Okay. I got a 13-year-old. I got a 1-year-old. I don't do the attitudes. Like, I see a lot of like childish things in adults, right? Where I'm a savage. I'm this. Well, if you're a savage, then why aren't you in savage mode? Why is your body not a savage? You know what I mean? Like, why aren't you in the best shape of your life? But they have an attitude, you know what I mean? So whatever, can that attitude. So if you get out of here, then you should get out of there. You know, we throw so much at ourselves mentally that often our intuition can get clouded. Like, we can't even hear this like divine voice that's inside. That's why I fast a lot. And fasting necessarily doesn't have to be food. It can be, you can fast a person, you can fast speaking, you can fast negative thoughts. You can, you know what I mean? It's kind of like Lent. Lent is where, you know, people give up something for a certain amount of time. It necessarily doesn't have to be food. Food, it does help. It detoxes you, you know, but you can detox yourself from people, things, screens. You could detox yourself from anything. It's not just like, oh, I'm not going to eat. Like, nah, it's deeper than that. You know, it's more so putting everything on pause to see clearly, to hear yourself clearly, to hear that inner voice, to get guided by the divine. Okay. So if you're stuck, you got to do something to get unstuck. You got to do something different. This is age-old things where it's like, if you want different results, you got to do something different. But it's so true. If you wake up today, you're already doing something different, okay? Because this podcast is new, okay? This podcast is new. You're already doing something different. You're investing time within yourself, okay? Because otherwise you'll be on Instagram scrolling right now, looking at a chick, looking at a dude, looking at some shit you can't afford. Forget all that, okay? We're already doing something different. So that's step one. So congrats to you. Pat yourself on the back for that. You're doing something different right now, okay? So you got to do something different on a regular basis, on a consistent basis, all right? And if you're stuck somewhere, what is the best option to do? Let's break it down to a very simple example. If your hand is stuck in somewhere, what do? Do you just sit there? No, you move it around, you wiggle it, you try to get it out. You might put some grease on it and you get your hand out. You know what I mean? Like a ring. When people get rings stuck on their fingers, they put the dish soap on it and the hot water and they get it off. Do they just sit there and say, I'm stuck? No, they try something. So it's the same thing in your life. You need to try something different. You need to try some different type of movement. Go somewhere different. Talk to some different people. Get in a different circle. You know what I mean? Like, do something different. Do something towards this goal that you want. I'm stuck. I'm doing the same thing over again. I'm doing the same thing over and over again. Well, do something that's going to get you unstuck. Movement gets you unstuck. Okay. And also sometimes you got to start at the beginning. Sometimes you got to start fresh. Sometimes you got to start from the ground up and you got to build things back up. A good way to get unstuck, like I said, is movement, but also the belief in that movement, the belief that the movement that you're making is going to get you unstuck. Right? You only can change what you believe you can change. You only can change what you believe you can change. The mind is so powerful. And if you doubt the power of the mind, shame on you. Shame on you for doubting something so massive, something that goes unseen. You know what I mean? Like, if someone has a strong mind, they don't have like a bigger brain or like, their head's like huge. Like, oh my God, look at that mind. You can't, it's something that's unseen, but it is trained. You're only going to change what you believe you can change. So the question is, how do you change your belief? Belief is responsibility and strength. Some people are physically strong, but have weak belief systems based on conditioning. You know what I mean? Conditioning is the thoughts we repeatedly think on a habitual basis. That's conditioning. When we had to do strength and conditioning for football, when I was playing ball, like it was, we had to run back and forth like the 100 yards and back, boom, 100 yards and back. Why? Because we're getting in condition for a football game. Or if you ever did some type of sports, if you ever went to job training, they put you on a computer. I remember working at Lowe's, like Home Depot and all that. I was working at Lowe's and they put you on the computer. Before you even step on the sales floor, they put you on that computer. You might be there for like a week just learning how to deal with customers, how to do customer service, how to where everything is in the lawn. I worked in the lawn and garden section at Lowe's Home Improvement. So that was conditioning me to be a worker. You can't sit here and complain about a position that you're stuck in if you're not conditioning yourself for anything. Oh, well, I don't know where to start. Start somewhere. Google it. We're in this world of information. Information's at your fingertips. So at your fingertips, you can entertain yourself. You can masturbate yourself. You can distract yourself, or you can learn. And it's all at your fingertips. And you know that. And you skip over that. Do not skip over that. You know information is at your fingertips. When you're around your bunch of friends and someone says something, oh, Google it. You could do the same thing for your career, for everything else. Okay? The thing that keeps you stuck is inaction, is not making a move, is being still. Stillness is not going to do anything. It's not going to do anything for you, being still. And what I mean by strength and responsibility when it comes to belief is like the vision is yours. It's not anybody else's. It's not for you. This is why people ask me when I go on Instagram Live, they're just like, what is your next move? I'm like, I don't talk about my next move because I don't need validation from anybody because it's my vision. And sometimes when you tell somebody something, what is the most common thing you tell people? Problems. The most common thing you tell people is problems. So it's usually like, oh man, I'm going through this. Why do you tell them that? Because you're lifting it off of yourself, the problem or problems, and you're placing it upon someone else. Because you're dumping, it feels good to share it with somebody because it might be too heavy for you, which is okay. And if you need to emotionally dump on somebody and you have somebody that can give you constructive criticism and, can give you the right type of advice when you're having a problem or when you're going through something, yeah, that's great. That's a support system. But for your goals, it's a little bit different. Somebody can demagnetize. If you're like, I look at manifestation as like a magnet. Okay. You're gonna what you want is one side of the magnet, and what you have and what you want is one side of the magnet, and you are the other side of the magnet, and it is pulling each other towards each other, right? This magnetization is pulling you two closer together, what you want / what you desire and what you are personally. So you can't let anything get in between of that magnet. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes the process, right? So sometimes the process of being magnetized can get demagnetized by somebody's words. How many times have words affected you so much? Why? Spell. Words are a spell. They're very powerful. It's an affirmation. My self-talk is very, very positive. I'm on my own team. It's not you versus you. I'm on my own squad. You should be on your own squad, right? So I don't tell people my goals because you can tell somebody something amazing, right? Yo, I'm about to start. I'll take you back. I'll take you back right now. And this is why I'm qualified to give you information, bro. Like I can take you back to time where Become Nutrition, my supplement company, was making $0 a year. $0 a year. No money, nothing, right? I'm making a salary of a 1-year-old, nothing, zero, right? So, and I'm telling people about how it's going to be, where it's going to go. And they're just like, oh, that's cool, man. And you see that? That's not necessarily negative. You're like, what? Well, this person, you just told this person where you think your supplement company is going to go. And they said, oh man, that's cool. But for me, it's such a hit to everything that I believe in, to this vision that I'm holding so tight, to this vision that I'm treating like a fetus that's growing and it's going to get birthed into this world. It's like for me, it's like, why are you not excited? Why aren't you excited as I am? That for me, that'll bring me down. That'll demagnetize me, let alone something where someone says, oh, that's stupid. That's even worse, But if you're not on the same level of excitement that I am, I don't want to talk to you about it. And a lot of people have this thing where they tell people stuff to, they mention it to them to see if they can help them. Nobody's going to help you. If you want help, say it. Hey, do you know any manufacturers? You know what I mean? Don't say, oh, I'm thinking about this supplement company. What do you think about it, brother? No, that's soft. That's weak. Keep it in. Think about when you got some exciting news. Think about how big it is inside you. Like, damn, like this, you know what I mean? It's huge. Or even think about a problem. When you have a problem stirring up inside you, think about how huge it is and you want to just tell somebody. But when it's something good, something positive, something that keeps you charged, something that keeps you magnetized, like a goal or a dream or a vision or something that you're working towards, success, it's cool to keep it in. It's going to drive you. Don't tell too many people. Sometimes you tell too many people something and then it doesn't happen. You know what I mean? You ever experienced that? So it's like, hold the vision. It's your responsibility to hold it. It's no one else's. Okay, trust me, when someone believes in you, it's amazing. It's amazing. But you have to believe in it first. And if you don't have the strength in your belief system, you can't tell anybody. If your belief system is strong, like boom, like, you know, you might be stronger than me. You might be stronger than anybody and might be able to just hold that vision. But me personally, I gotta hold it in silence. You know what I mean? And just work towards it and then just boom, birth it. Basically what I'm saying with that is you can't expect someone to hold your vision for you. Expecting someone to hold your vision for you is kind of like buying a car and walking outside and getting in the passenger seat and expecting to get driven to work. I mean, cars are going to do that pretty soon, but I mean like the cars now that are not going to automatically drive you. You know what I mean? You're in the driver's seat. You're holding the steering wheel. Don't get distracted. Don't let anybody else hold the steering wheel. You're making the turns. You're dodging the obstacles. You're going the quickest way possible. You might be headed one route and then, oh, damn, I got to go somewhere different, right? When I had to hold my own vision through a storm, I would say it was about 2015, 2014, when I was about like 270, 280 pounds. I did not like the way I looked. I was not healthy at all. And I had to hold this vision of how I look now, being 185 pounds, just rock solid muscle, a mental beast, being able to speak to people, being able to get my points across very clearly in a concise manner, being confident in myself. I saw this being, I saw this person that I am, right? And I became this person, right? And I had to hold this vision because I'm giving you examples because I would tell people, I'm about to just drop weight, man. I'm about to get sexy. Ooh, I'm about to get sexy, right? And some people be like, nah, man, you big, man. You need to stay like that. What are you talking about? How are you going to tell me how I need to be when I'm holding this vision? Versus I wouldn't even have to have that little battle and even question this person mentally if I didn't tell them. And I stopped all the talking. I just start doing. I stopped the talking and I start doing. I start making it happen. You know why? Because it's on me. You could get the best personal trainer, the best mental coach. You can get the best whatever in the world, but you have to put in the work. Your trainer, I've never seen a trainer holding somebody and making their arms do it. And if they are, then the trainer's getting work too. You got to burn the calories. And you got to burn the calories in everything. Everything. You have to use your resources and your resourcefulness to get where you need to go. Check this out. If you don't reach, you ain't going to grab shit. If you don't reach, you ain't going to grab shit. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you order food from a restaurant, you sit down and prepare for your food to come, right? And they place it in front of you. If you keep your hands down, if you keep your body in the same position it's in, you'll sit there until the restaurant closes and they'll kick you out. You won't eat and it'll be right in front of you. So you need to reach, you need to move, you need to feed yourself, right? Does a bird wake up and pray, I need a nest. Please, God, give me a nest. And they just sit and wait for it. Then they have the eggs and then what? The eggs fall out the tree or fall out from the bird. No, they go out and gather the sticks and make the nest. And that's how it is. God will open a door and it's on you to walk through. It's on you to reach and grab. The door's open. You just got to walk through, right? And I put something in my Instagram the other day. I put a caption and I was just like, until I realized the cage was within my own mind, that's when I was free. We hold ourselves back from a lot of stuff, man. We hold ourselves back from so much with this negative self-talk and like these comparisons on this social media. Social media could be a beautiful place, just like the world. It could be a very beautiful place, but it's about your view of it. It's about your mental condition and how are you using it? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? Like, think about the street. The street outside the road is a great place. It gets you from, you can travel on it. You can go to different places. You can see different things, go to different businesses. But if you go and run on the highway and on the road, you might get hit. So it's about how are you using it? How are you using these things for your advantage? Are you using them for your disadvantage or are they helping you or hurting you? Because it's only two things. Because if it's not helping, it's hurting. Is it helping you or hurting you? Because if it's not helping, it's hurting. I had to say that again for you. And if you're struggling with any type of decision, if you have to question it, the answer is no. If you got to question it, the answer is no. I'm here to just let you know you're special. And I'm here to build your confidence, okay? Nobody's really building your confidence. Everybody's just like flexing on you, stunting on you. Yo, look at my whip. Yo, look at my body. Yo, look at this. I just copped this. Which is cool. It's great. Congratulations for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, do your thing. But what about the people that's not confident? What about the people that aren't aware of their divinity because they never had nobody talk to them like this? They never had nobody tell them, hey, you important. Hey, your goals is important. What you're doing right now is important. Why? Because it's part of your journey. I prayed for all this massive stuff, right? Oh, I want to make $1 million. Oh, I want to help 1 million people, right? Oh, word? God is like, oh yeah? Well, you're going to have to go through X, Y, and Z. And now you only can connect the dots, meaning like you only can make sense of your story when you look back. Because while you're in it, you have to make the next best decision. You have the next breath you take has to be the best decision for your life. I didn't feel like making a podcast today. Okay, I'm fasted right now. I just had fucking dental surgery. I'm taking this doxycycline shit that's supposed to get the fucking infection out. Like the shit makes you nauseous for the first 30 minutes you're taking it. I'm nauseous as a motherfucker right now. But I'm a G, okay? And I'm divine, and I'm gonna make this happen because I gotta take my own medicine, literally. What am I gonna do? I'm only doing podcasts when I feel amazing. Like, you should smell my fucking breath right now. Like, this dude was digging, like I had a fucking abscess on my front of my tooth. It was terrible, But anyway, I want you to know that there's divinity within you. Your goals are important. Your journey right now is very important. Is molding you for what you asked for. Maybe there's something more. Maybe you're at a bullshit job that you believe is bullshit. Talk to everybody at the job. Hang out with them. Use your resources. Use your resourcefulness. There might be something at this job that pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Like, there might be something there, someone there that you need to talk to, that you need to like get close with. There's something everywhere. So you need to pull something out of it. Don't just go aimlessly and complaining and have this negative self-talk and I can't wait to leave. I can't wait to get out of here. Everything is teaching you something. Everything is molding you. And if it's not, get out of the environment. Sometimes you got to take a step even when you can't see the staircase. And I want you to know that God is within you. God is within you. G-O-D, grand organizing designer. God, G-O-D, grand organizing designer. God is hope, afterlife, hope for meaning, hope for there's something good on the end of the suffering. You know what I mean? Even if you're atheist, you believe in something. You believe in a possibility of nothing. You know what I mean? There's always a strong belief. That's why we talk about belief. You're going to get whatever you believe in, good or bad. Your belief system internally, it doesn't know if something's good or bad. Only your feelings and emotions can decide if something's good or bad. Think about fashion. If somebody there's some fashion pieces that somebody's like, oh, that's amazing, or somebody's like, oh, that's ugly. But the piece itself, is it ugly or good? It's nothing. It just is. So it's the same thing with your belief system. When you're speaking negatively to yourself, your internal belief, your subconscious only knows this is what you want. If you say, I'm stupid, like a lot of people, I'm like what I used to do. I'll give you an example with me. Like when I was struggling with weight and food and all that, and like, you'll start in the morning and like you'll be eating healthy in the morning. Like that first breakfast meal, you're like, yeah, I'm cooking. I'm going hard. I got the eggs going, the egg whites, and yeah. And then, life might throw something at you where you get sad or upset or whatever. And then it's like, you go, well, I'm fat anyway. That's what I used to say to myself. I'm fat anyway. I'm just about to eat this, whatever. I'm gonna stop at this little gas station. Who cares? Whatever. I'll start tomorrow. So your internal dialogue is not like, hey, like don't do that. Like it doesn't know. It's just like, oh, he's fat anyway. Boom. Versus I stopped thinking fat thoughts. As weird as that sound, I stopped thinking like that person. I stopped talking to myself like that person. Okay, how would a ripped version of me speak? How would a strong version of me speak? I wouldn't say that. So you got to take inventory on yourself 24/7, okay? And also another reason that you're divine is because, like, think about it. Think about how you were created, how you were brought into this world. There's a million, and this is gonna tie into the sexual energy thing. There's millions of sperm that get released. Millions. Are you crazy? And you made it. You know what I'm saying? And you think you're not special? You don't think you're divine? What? How the sperm left your father's, and then it got charged and then it made it to the egg. That's there's no, your parents don't get to say like, oh, well, I want this sperm to go. Like, no, it's like God picked that, and you here, and you're experiencing things in real time. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're so powerful and you're so important, and everything you do shapes this world, right? So it's the best thing for you to do is to become your best, is to be the best version of yourself. So you can help others, so you can do this duty that you owe the world for even being here, because you didn't ask to be here. So now you got to give back. By being your best self, you're giving back, right? And this divine intelligence in you, this is when I talk about you got to listen. This divine intelligence in you, it prompts you. It's instincts. It's your gut. It's everything. It's your feelings when you get, it's everything, right? And it has a plethora of opportunities within. When it comes to making big decisions or even little ones, you know what's right. Like when it comes to making big decisions or little ones, you know what's right, honestly. And think about, we talked about this already, greatness in the small things. The little decisions add up. They're like little $10 bills, $5 bills. You spend them enough, you can have more money. You know, when you swipe the card so many times, you're like, damn, I didn't know my account was low like this. So you got to make daily deposits. You can't just take away, you got to put in. So a time where I had to make daily deposits was, I would say my body weight. I had to continuously talk to myself and realize when people say, well, how do you deal with hunger? I'm hungry all the time. But I have goals that outweigh that. You know, everything at the gas station, in the junk food section, the fast food is not going anywhere. And if anything, I enjoy it more. You know, when I do indulge, I enjoy it more because it's not a regular occurrence for me. You know what I mean? So sexual energy. So I believe we live in a very oversexed society where the sexiest thing, it always wins. If you're in, and it's the sex appeal. If you're in a store, you're going to go to the clerk that's a little bit more sexy than the other clerk. You might not be sexually attracted to them, but you can see their sex appeal. You know what I mean? The sexiest thing always wins. And where the sex is where you'll find the power, right? Where the sex is where you find the power. More money in your account is sexy. A better body is sexy. The better food option's sexy, okay? So with that, you have to understand how powerful your sexual energy is. Ladies, I can't speak for you because I'm not a woman, and I'm never going to try to speak in something that I don't know. I can only speak from experience and what I've learned firsthand. So, your sexual energy is so powerful that men, your sexual energy is so powerful that you will get an erection and there won't be a woman near you. It's just from your thoughts, right? Or if you're indulging in pornographic videos, right? Or Instagram or whatever the hell you're looking at. So there doesn't have to be a woman anywhere near you. And you can get aroused as if this person, or if you like guys, whatever you like, is right near you. So how is that not powerful? You know what I mean? Like, so, and you can get to the point where you'll have an orgasm and ejaculate, and there'll be no one near you. This sexual stimulus is digital. The sexual stimulus is in your mind. The sexual stimulus is in your phone, on your computer. The person's nowhere near you. That's not real. And even it being real, you're still exchanging sexual energy. You're exchanging their past partners, their past trauma. Sex is way deeper than a quick fuck. Way deeper. And you have to be really sacred with your sexual energy and who you're letting touch you, anything. I mean, even who you're hugging on, let alone kissing or entering or letting enter you. You know what I'm saying? So, and people look at it from such a surface level that they're not really like, they don't think about it on a deep level. Then they worry about they wonder about why things aren't going good in their life. You know, young men worrying about why they're aging so quickly. Why you losing your hair? Why you don't have any energy? Why you don't have any aggression to go towards your goals? Huh? Why? You know, because when you excrete, when you ejaculate, when you let go of semen, you're not stronger. You're not better. People to hold that post-nut clarity. You read that off of a meme. If you get your information from memes, shame on you. I don't get my information from memes. I live a real life. Okay? So when you, that post-nut clarity, bro, man, I'll whoop your ass after you come. catch me in the street. Reach for something please reach for my wallet after you had a post-nut clarity. I'll dust your ass. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing. It's like, when you really think about, man, is this helping me? Because, I mean, think about it. After you masturbate, do you go outside of your house and say, hey, everybody, I masturbated? Do you yell it? Do you post about it? I never seen you post about it. You know what I'm saying? And more often than not, you feel guilty for it. And there's so many health problems associated with emotions. Look up the health problems associated with guilt. The organs that are associated with guilt. It's nothing good. It's nothing positive. And you never thought about it on such a deep level because you're talking to your peers about, oh, yeah, she bad. Yeah, I hit that. Yeah, I did this. Oh, yeah, check out this video. Low vibrating entities, low hanging fruit. There's a bunch of them. Where's the high people? Where's the high fruit at? You want to vibrate higher, right? So when I think about, and I'm not just preaching to you because from personal experience, like I went a year. I went a year without ejaculating. I went a year on sperm retention. What I noticed my face was more masculine. I noticed the female attention I got was like at an all-time high, like just coming out of nowhere. Like I'll be sitting somewhere, like a girl come, hey, I'm like, yo, so like it was at an all-time high because I believe I was letting off different pheromones. I think my face changed a little bit because your body's just like, okay, why isn't this dude letting off? We need to attract women. My testosterone was definitely higher. My aggression level was higher. My training, I was strong. I was doing 100 push-ups in a row. Like you know what I mean? Like everything was just up. I required less sleep. I had more energy. Like it was amazing. And I took that energy, harnessed it. Like think about if the energy was in my hands right now, if it was like a ball and I got to just take this energy and put it towards something. But a lot of you can't put that energy towards nothing because it ain't built up. You keep letting it off in your fucking sock. You keep letting it off at night for what? I need to go to sleep. You don't need to go to sleep. That's a lie you're telling yourself. And then a lot of times, more times than not, you say, oh, this is my last time. Oh, I got to stop this. And then you clear the cache. That's what I say. I tweeted, I said, my skin is as clear as browsing history. So when you think about it and break it down, this is not something that you're proud of. This is not an accomplishment. You don't get an award for the most times jerked off in a year. Okay? You don't. And if you're a jerk off and you're hanging around a bunch of other jerk offs, then y'all just, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course. Get around somebody different. Get around a different circle. So like I said, when you harness this energy that is so powerful, that will allow you to get aroused to the point of ejaculation when no one's near you, that is strength, that is power. Like if you tell me right now, cry, it's like, I'm not really good at that. Like, you know what I mean? I'll have to think about something really, really, really sad and dark. But if someone says, hey, go masturbate. Probably do that really quickly. You know what I mean? So that tells you how readily available this power is to you. In everything. Every girl on Instagram, every page on Instagram is all sexed up. Everything's sexed up, right? Which is fine, as long as you're in control of yourself. It doesn't bother me, but it just bothers me that people are, I would say, misusing. And when I say people, I mean young men. Young men are misusing such massive power. And these are conversations that I have with my 13-year-old. He hit puberty. Like, we had to have that talk. And I'm not the person to sugarcoat. So, the birds and the bees. Nah, dog. Come over here. Let me show you this thing. Google chlamydia real quick for me. We got right into it, dog. We got right into it. And we got right into masturbation, and he played football on two teams. And if you're my football players in here, or my ladies who got football playing dudes, football playing family members, like you ain't really supposed to play for two teams. Like that's like, all right, dude, you got a game on Thursday and Friday, like a whole game, and you starting both ways. That sounds crazy. You know what I mean? But we harnessed that power. He learned about it. You know what I mean? Versus just like exploring your body like some new instrument. It's just more like, hey man, this is what happens. And this is what can happen if you retain this, okay? And I read something else where it said, And obviously and I have a client that he was like, well, man, I got a girl, man, which is cool. It's great. You can have a girl. You know what? And there's your sexual discipline right there. If you got a girlfriend, obviously, if it's something you're trying, you can explain that to her. If you have a boyfriend, like I said, whatever you like, it don't bother me. You can explain to your partner. And if you guys hear me saying like girlfriend, like that, like when I say girlfriend, when I use a girl as an example, I'm just talking from me because that's my area, like I like women. But I don't have a problem with if you don't like. Well, I don't care what you like, bro. It doesn't affect me. That's just how I live at peace. I'm not affected by anybody's decisions. No one's. Because people are like, oh, what if you had a family member that was gay or your son is gay? I was like, bro, it don't. How does it affect me? It don't. That's how I live at peace. I don't form opinions on every single thing that don't got nothing to do with me. You know, don't have an opinion on things you can't control. Anyway, but this young man was like, yeah, man, I got a girl. I said, cool. Use your sexual discipline. Engage in intercourse. If that's your girl, if that's the love of your life, if this is the person that you want to exchange, you know, your soul ties with, cool. But just don't ejaculate. Don't let the seed off until you're about to fertilize an egg. But bro, how am I supposed to do that? Sexual discipline. Yeah, there's a book called Way of the Superior Man, and they get into this. But they were talking about how to, like, you know, have an orgasm without ejaculating, which sounds insane. And it's not something that I've ever done. But you know, you can engage, like I said, you can engage in intercourse, like I said, if it's with that divine counterpart of someone you love. Because sex can be very healing, but people don't use it as that. So yeah, retaining sperm retention, being in control of yourself sexually, you'll take over the world. I'm an example. I sat here and did a year and just created an empire. I said, hey, I'm going to have Logan. I already had everything, right? I already had everything. Become Nutrition probably came out in like 2014. Logan Performance dropped in like 2012, 2013. No Beast Mode was an idea that was on wristbands because somebody detoured me away from making t-shirts. Because I believe a lot of people saw my potential and they were scared of me. And I'm okay with them being scared of me. They should be. If you feel threatened by me, I don't care. Okay, because I'm not going to let your insecurity stop me from going hard. I can't. But like I was saying, I had all these companies before you knew about them. I had them. I wasn't in control of myself sexually. I wasn't in control of myself financially. Anything. And that's why Jordan Peterson, I like the stuff that he puts out. Shout out to Jordan Peterson. He says you should be an absolute monster and then learn how to tame it. I was like, I like that. You know what I mean? Like, you should be an absolute monster and then know how to tame it. Like, I have a really large pit bull, right? Kane is a monster. He's tamed now. So now, if we go to somewhere, we're traveling, we're staying in a hotel or whatever, and you know, he hears something, he comes up, boom, he's standing at attention. You know what I mean? But I have him tethered, you know, to a very flimsy table, and I say, hey, don't move. You know what I'm saying? But now I have that, his massive energy is used for me to protect me in the event of me sleeping and someone tries to enter the hotel room or something like that. But he's a protector of me. So if he was just some wild dog out in the street, like, you'd be running away from him. But it's the same thing with your sexual energy. If you use this and harness this, first of all, you have to have this. And the way you have that is through it's going to sound stupid, through your sperm bank, right? You banking it up. Why is it called a sperm bank? Because it's daily deposits of you not letting it off. It's the same thing with your bank account. If you're constantly spending every single day, you're going to be in the negative. So imagine your spirit, right, in this oversexed society is in the negative. How are you going to make any progress? And you might have, I do it every day and I still make progress. I still got money in my pocket. So why are you here? Why are you trying to get better? Huh? I got you. Why are you trying to get better, right? So I think there's another level, and I'm here to challenge you and tell you there is another level for you. Okay? And this is stuff that you know you got to do. Like I said, there's guilt afterwards. Also, I read something else because I was really trying to figure out what was happening to me as I did this for a year. You know what I mean? And it was saying, like, it gets absorbed and reabsorbed because certain things can change form. Okay, let's give you an example. Olive oil, right? Olive oil, unless it has an agent added to it, is not a high burning oil, a high temperature burning oil, right? And you'll see burning points. People don't pay attention to the shit that they put in their body. Olive oil can be very damaging if it gets too hot, and it's not a high heat version of it. You know what I mean? Oils with higher heat is like avocado oil, grapeseed oil, stuff like that, canola oil. But some oils, if you heat it to a certain extent, become dangerous. Like if you just heat this oil to 400 and you drizzle it, you don't heat it and you drizzle it over your food, they're two different things at this point. So it's the same thing with your sperm and your semen. When it's not released, it gets reabsorbed. What happens? When let's say you go like what? I don't even know, because these aren't conversations I have with people on a regular basis. If you go like a week, you're like, oh man, I'm too horny, bro. Like, do something with the energy. Is your body in order? Is your finances in order? Go do something. Go run. Go work out. Go work out twice. I still work out twice a day. You know what I mean? It's taking the energy and using it for something else. Again, life is just made up of time. Life is just made up of moments. When you take these moments, you take this time and use it towards something constructive, you get something back. You're going to get exactly what you give. You're going to get exactly what you give. You're going to get exactly what you give. So what have you been given? What have you been getting because of what you've been given? I already told you in the early podcast, why are you doubting yourself? Why are you doubting yourself, and why are you squandering your power? Why are you giving your power away for free to an app? Or excuse me, not even an app, to like another person who don't got nothing to do with you. Dudes, I'm talking to dudes because they think I'm just like them. They see I'm young and they're just like, you know, I was in Miami. I had to work in Miami and people were like, you know, oh man, you know, you ain't get no girls. I said, first of all, you don't know me. That's not my style. That's never even been my style. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I just watch people give away their power for free. Here, take my power. You know what I mean? It's like, you have to use everything that's available to you. And some things that are available to you, they're right in front of your face. That's why I was saying, when you're at a job and you can't wait to get out of there, I was like, do a little bit more research and look a little bit more. Open your eyes a little bit more. What is this job teaching me? What did I ask for? Personally, I prayed and I fasted this last Ramadan, 30 days. I did. I fasted, I prayed, right? No food, no water. And I was like, oh, I want to travel. I want to travel the world for work, right? Like 2022, I want to be everywhere, right? And then God is like, oh, word? You might have to get COVID. You know what I mean? And that was part of my journey. I think I'm 6 weeks clean. Yeah, clean. I'm 6 weeks from having it. Man, I was fucking over here dying. Like, I didn't tell nobody, obviously, you know, the close people, but like, I didn't post about it. I didn't say how I beat it. It was not a good experience for me at all. Like, I got the bad end of the stick with that joint, man. I don't know what variant that was. It's terrible. It's horrific. But that was part of the journey. And I had to go in there and say, hey, what is this teaching me? I got everything stripped from me. Couldn't work out. Couldn't do nothing. Electrolytes flooding out every day. You know, couldn't breathe, couldn't sleep, sweating. Like, it was terrible. And then the first day I got back in that gym, I'm like, yo, I made it. You know what I'm saying? And it gave me a different perspective on everything. Don't be in doubt with such massive power. Okay, ladies too. Don't give yourself to somebody. For what? Guys too, don't give yourself to this person. Right? Because again, you're exchanging energy. You're exchanging energy with this person. You're taking on everything about them for what? 10 minutes? 20 minutes if you a stud? 30 minutes if you a marathon man? You ain't going for an hour. Because your little shit be lasting 2 minutes and you put the phone down and clear the cache. You got like a little swag that you do. And you got to break the habit. You got to break the habit. And I would say break it with the 30-minute rule. Say for the next 30 minutes, I'm not going to indulge in this activity. You know what I mean? And move on to the next 30 minutes, the next 30 minutes, the next 30 minutes. The next thing you know, you have a day, you have a week, a month, a year under your belt. You know what I mean? That's how you break a habit. And another place I got it from, because I was like, who practices this? Okay, monks, they're enlightened. Okay, boxers, they're ferocious. They said a boxer would do a year out, you know, sometimes, or like maybe even a year and a half out of a match, and it just be ferocious. You know what I mean? Training all those crazy hours and everything. Then I experienced it myself firsthand. What were my thoughts? Just greatness, aggression, you know, like a war general. Still, you know, supreme confidence in myself, that lion-like confidence where you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Again, why are you in doubt with such power? I believe a man and a woman who's in control of themselves sexually should just be doing so much. Try something new, you know, play an instrument, you know, do a hobby, meet some new people, you know, because we're in this realm where they don't necessarily want you to be alpha, right? Being alpha, having a deep voice, speaking a little bit louder, saying fuck. You know, they don't want you to do that. Why? Because, you know, everything is a little bit softer. We was watching something. Shit, me niggas, we was watching something the other day. Oh, it was like a movie from the 70s, right? And like the men were just like men. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it was cool to see, versus now they're like, you know, they got you scared to even speak. You know? So you have to go against the grain, do something uncommon to remain uncommon. And you have to do this on a daily basis, right? Again, you want something different, you got to do different. You want to become better, you have to be better. What does become mean? Begin to be. You be the thing and then it comes. Become. You be the thing and then it comes to you, right? Muhammad Ali, I said I was the greatest before I knew I was, right? You got to do the same thing. Oscar Wilde, before you can be, you got to become. That is not my quote. That is Oscar Wilde. Before you can be, you have to become. They're just able to live through me. We got the power to resurrect the dead. You understand that? And I take it as a big responsibility, a big challenge to carry this vision, to carry this massive vision. Imagine carrying something massive and nobody's looking at you. Nobody's looking at it. Nobody's paying attention to it. And you're like, yo, I'm carrying this big old thing and it could help you, but nobody's looking at it. And that's how I felt in 2014. That's how I felt in 2015. Okay, that's why I had to do something different. I had to research. I had to go on a journey. And right now, through my experiences, I'm letting you skip over that journey. I'm not saying you don't got to lose yourself. Start creating yourself. I had to lose myself. There was nobody. There's nothing. I was living in a foreign country in 2016 in Barcelona, Spain, and I didn't know Spanish. So there were days I did not speak. No one was calling my phone. No one was texting me. My gram wasn't popping. I was over in Spain. I would go train my client, and then after that, boom, that's it. Had to learn Spanish. Café con leche, you know. You know what I'm saying? So like, I had to lose myself, and then I start creating. What I'm telling you, you're in a very privileged position. You don't gotta lose yourself. You could just start creating right now. Start getting focused right now. You know what I'm saying? You might have to turn into that person where you gotta cut people off. You know what I'm saying? If you're around somebody and it's like, I feel like I gotta prove myself all the time around this person. Get from around them. Detox yourself. Fast that person. Hey, I'm gonna take a little break from them. They don't gotta know. Take a little break. Distance myself. Oh, my phone was off. You know what I mean? Like, distance yourself. Distance yourself. Do the things that are only good for you. You gotta put yourself first and focus on you. Be yourself. Be authentic. Okay, don't be, because if you're being who you think they want you to be, whoever that you made up in your mind is, because half the time they don't even care about you, and half the time if you try to do something to impress and improve and like prove to it's never good enough, and then they have the ability to change their mind. So why would I hold the value of myself within someone who can change their mind at any given point? Versus like my mind, I know it. I know my mind. I know what I want. So you got to go get that. You have to. You have to go get what you want. Okay? Again, I'm going to get out of here. I got to handle some business. I appreciate you guys. Listen, My app is going stupid. We got a challenge coming up. Probably beginning of the year. You have to be a member to do that. I would add that. You can go know at www.loganperformance.app. That's www.loganperformance.app. Please rate the podcast in Apple Podcasts. Keep streaming it wherever you stream it from. And I'm gonna throw this on YouTube and all that too. Like, keep subscribing. Like we're building here. We're building here. And if it's up to me, I'm going to create an army of big thinkers, of concise thinkers, male, female. I don't care what you is. Okay. I want you to get your goals. I want you to come up to me in public and like, yo, I listened to the podcast, dog. Like, yo, you got me right. That's what I want. I want to get you right. And I'm selfish with it. I want to be the reason that you got right. You know what I'm saying? And break that down. I'm the reason you got right. I didn't make you get right. You did it. Just like your trainer. Hey, do 10 burpees. The trainer's just standing there. You doing the work. Don't get fooled. Don't think this trainer is so powerful. You doing the work. You're thinking bigger. You're in control of yourself. You can take the examples from my life and apply them to your own life. Okay? Because that's what I can do. I can share my experiences. I can share my mistakes, and you can apply them to your own life and like get better because of that. So yeah, Become Nutrition, www.becomenutrition.com. No Beast Mode Clothing, www.nobeastmode.us. And everybody asks me, how do you balance all this? You don't. You just do it. And when you're in whatever mode you're in, that's what I said. No beast mode, just be a beast. Just be a beast at everything you do. That's why people got NBM tattoos, to remind them. All my tattoos are reminders of myself. Reminders of what I should do. Is affirmations. There's nothing on me that don't motivate me. And that's just how I move. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I'm in dad mode, I'm in dad mode. Is you know, that's what I'm doing. When I'm in the gym, it's gym mode. There ain't no phone. You know what I'm saying? When I'm in business mode, when I'm in podcast mode, I'm not checking my phone right here. I'm like speaking to y'all, like flailing my arms and shit. I look ridiculous right now in my kitchen, you know? So it's like whatever mode that you're in, you got to be there fully. Be here now. Think about that phrase right there. Be here now. Right? Fully focus on what you got to do on the task at hand. Spend an hour focused. You know what I'm saying? Spend an hour just focused on something and see what it will do. And that's like the magnifying glass theory. I know I was trying to get out of here, but I'm still podcasting, right? I'm still on fire. The fire is slowly burning out, but I'm still on fire, right? So when you think about the magnifying glass theory, right? Think about when you have a magnifying glass outside and you channel the sunlight into a little dot and it begins to burn. You ever seen somebody burn something with a magnifying glass? We used to burn all types of stuff, right? Why? Because that massive energy is channeled to one focus. It's the same thing with you. When you channel this massive energy to one focus, your sexual energy, your speaking energy, your brain has a certain amount of energy that it uses every day. So again, what are you putting in your body? What are you putting in your mind? What are you watching on the gram? What do you laugh at? What videos y'all sharing in a group chat? Is the group chat positive? Or is it just funny at the expense of somebody else? And I'm not telling you to back out and, you know, you got to live on an island, but sometimes your elevation requires your separation. And if you lose somebody in the midst of that separation, they weren't meant for you. Or they weren't meant for you at this time period. Life is long, bro. I don't know life is short. No, it's not. Short to who? What are you doing? What are you doing to squander your day? My days are so long. What are you doing to squander your days? Yeah, if you sit down and scroll on Instagram, you had 3 hours to go past and you didn't really do shit. You didn't get it, and you didn't get anything out of it. You just, follow. Who are you following? Who do you need to unfollow? You know what I'm saying? So when I think about all that and you really start to take inventory on yourself and you really start to take yourself serious, because after this podcast, if you don't take yourself serious, I'm not doing my job. So don't make me look stupid. You understand? Take inventory. Get serious with yourself. Get serious with your goals. It's about to be this whole new year, new you shit, right? You can't spend your time in fear. I need you to spend your time in power. I need you to be fully immersed in your own power. And how you get to your own power, you have to take inventory. What makes me weak? Where are my weak links? Let's fix them. Who's not holding their weight at the office, right? They say, hey, man, your productivity, your sales is kind of down, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you do it at your job. You'll do it for somebody else. Now it's time to do it for you. If you're overweight and somebody more overweight than you came to you, hey, how do I lose weight? You would tell them, oh, well, you know, just eat this, eat that, do this, do that. So do it for yourself. Put yourself first. That person that you think is more important than you is not, because if you wasn't here, you couldn't even put them first. So put yourself first. Choose you. Whatever that means to you. And you know what it means. Choose you. And it sucks that I had to give you this permission slip, but so be it. Choose you. Put yourself first. Look, I love you. Make sure y'all share this. More podcasts to come. I'm going to get way more consistent with these. All right. I'm on fire. Becoming a beast.